No regrets making Fubara governor, Wike discloses. Hello viewers and welcome to InfoGist TV. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory in the person of Nyeso Wike has disclosed that he has no regrets making Similaye Fubara the governor of Rivers State. Wike, who said he and some leaders of the state picked and worked for Fubara's emergence as the governor, noted that the decision was taken to ensure the unity of the state. The minister stated this while speaking at the New Year lunch he organized in his country home, Rumeprekon, in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State. Wike explained that he had to ask those who showed interest, including an ally like the former Rivers PDP chairman Felix Ubua, to drop their ambition in order to pave the way for a governor from the riverine area. He disclosed that he invited Ubua, who was a major contender for the governorship election then, to his house and asked him to drop his ambition and become the Director General for the campaign. He also revealed how his predecessor as governor in the state seized Ubua's property, yet Ubua stood with him. Felix Ubua was in my team as the chairman of the party. My predecessor seized Ubua's property, everything he owned, land, schools and hotels. The wife cried to him, but he told his wife, "Don't worry, if it is the will of God, there is nothing you can do." He stood firm. They took everything he had, everything. He was one of the front runners in the 2023 governorship election. I told him in my house to step down so that he wouldn't run. He looked at me, but I said, "You won't run." He said if that was what I am saying, he won't run then. But I said, "You be the Director General, go and campaign for that election." This is Wike saying. I say he must be the Director General. And he said, if that is what I want, I will go and do it. And he did it. I see all kinds of things going on. They are talking evil about him. But he is here and he is still and will still be here, Wike stated. Continuing his statement, he stated that those who open their mouths to talk do not know anything. I was the one who paid for the forms for anybody who wanted to run for elections as governor, be it House of Assembly and National Assembly. Let one person raise his hands and say he bought the forms themselves. We say we are all family members with no need for acrimony. Do not spend your money, we will agree on who will run. The day we made the final decision, the chairman of the Elders Council nearly collapsed. He is here. O.C. Jokosa was there. Ause was there also. Omehia was there. He nearly collapsed. Why? He wanted the governor from a riverine area. When I looked at him, I said, why will I allow this old man to just die? I said, let's not create the impression that there are people who want to monopolize power. Let us all allow everyone to be part of it because we belong to one river state. And if I had wanted, nobody would have stopped me. Nobody had what it takes to even be near me. And to the glory of God, I do not regret what I did, and I will never regret what I did because I want the unity of the state for us to forge ahead. If I wanted an Ikwere man, nobody would have stopped me. He added that his concern is to play politics of unity of Rivers State, saying when he visited the national vice chairman of the APC, South-South Chief Victor Giadom, he went there with the People's Democratic Party's leaders. He said today, Giadom is here with all the APC leaders. Membership of the party is not on radio or television, so all of us must make Rivers State to move forward. Let's move forward for the interest of the state. That is important. I took the decision and you listened to me. I want you to also listen to me now. Let us accept what Mr. President has said. It is for the interest of Rivers and for Nigeria in general. It may not be the best, but there is no option. Mr. President took a lot of risks to give me the position of the Minister of Federal Capital Territory. People protested, but he stood firm. If he could do that, you too should accept his decision. When we came back from Abuja, within the next 48 hours, the Speaker and his people took the decision to obey Mr. President without attaching any condition to it. And I thank Mr. Speaker and other members for respecting Mr. President's decision. Whether you are an APC or a PDP member, you do not belong to any of the parties. We owe a duty to Mr. President to support the move to make this country go forward. Some people said I betrayed the People's Democratic Party PDP, but I never betrayed PDP. We stood firm and told Nigerians we wouldn't do this if this was not done. So the issue of betrayal do not arise. Wike said he learned from President Bola Tinubu, who once taught him that betrayal and politics are mother and father, just as he recalled how the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, allegedly betrayed all the agreements they had to pave the way for his second term. He added, "It is not everything you invest that you reap. Even established companies crumble. You cannot say, I did this, but I am not benefiting. God knows why it happens the way it happens." What is important in life is to give God the glory that you are alive to see what is happening. When a man is dead, he doesn't know what is happening. You'll be able to advise your children and your friends. And when the heat was on in Edo State, the young man was a front runner in the Edo governorship election. PDP leaders came to me in Port Harcourt from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. the next day. I told the young man with Dan Obe to withdraw and not to run for the governorship. He was crying and we agreed on what would be given to their group. Wike stated further that he was to be refunded the money he spent and to get 4 commissioners, but not one was kept. We said, okay, you would run for Senate in the next election, but not one was kept. But the next thing was a blackmail that Wike wants to control this. You did not know what Wike wanted to control when you came and held a meeting with me from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It was all about blackmail. This is what you see in politics. So you must be a shock absorber and have a shock absorber. President Bola Tinubu told me when we were meeting that politics and betrayals are the same mother and father. And if you do not want to be betrayed, do not enter politics. So prepare yourself that it will happen. I am fully prepared because I know it is one of the things President Bola Tinubu taught me. I'm laying this foundation so that some of you who are worried should not be. That is life for you. You must prepare yourself to know that these things happen. I have preached and continue to preach for unity and for peace in the state. The minister declared that he is committed to implementing the peace agreement brokered by Tinubu in the political crisis in the state. Wike also called on parties to endeavor to implement the same without condition.